Hello, hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel for MDE tutorial, Microsoft Defender for Endpoint. And today's video, we're going to cover up the configuration profile for device policy, like how you can allow or block USB devices in your infra, and how you can set up a environment to block or allow devices in your infra by the Defender. So let's get started this video. Now, here is some content which I'm going to cover up in this video. Device control policy overview. So, as I explained, the device control policy will help you to block the unwanted USB devices and allow only the specific devices which is approved by your the management. Then we'll create a read-only access policy, so where the device can connect, USB device can connect with your um, devices, your laptop or desktop, but it will be on the read mode, so you cannot copy data from your laptop or desktop to the USB device. Now we'll see create a allow policy for the approved devices, which devices got approved in your infra and you want to give the access, so how you can do that. Then we'll learn about the KQL query to collect the blocked devices, which is to help you to understand whether the device is getting blocked or not. Then we'll allow a device, and finally we'll test it. So here is the four policies I have created. Two is related to group and two is related to the policy. So group allow to read only, and group approved policy where you will be defining your the device ID, how you can allow, and policy allow read only, and the policy read, and the group USB approved. So here is the first policy, group allowed policy. So you can see this is the XML file which you have to you can copy and paste it in your the notepad and rename it to the XML. But before going to change implement in your production, you need to change this ID inside the bracket, that is a 7F and ending by the 67. So now the question is how you will get the group ID. I will show you in my coming slides how you will get it, the this ID and the OMA-URI, how you can generate the OMA-URI. So OMA-URI, you can just completely copy this, and the OMA-URI will be after the 7B, percentage 7B until the 67. So if you match the value, it's a 7F, and here it is started by the 7F and ending by the 67, so ending by the 67. So once you get your organization group ID, you can replace here and you can paste it under the OMA-URI. So that's how you can get the OMA-URI. XML, you can copy paste in the notepad and save it to the XML, and later on you can import it. Now group approved devices, so it's again the similar basis. This is the group ID which you have to generate it for your organization. So this group ID is for read only, it's and this is for the approved USB, so both are different. So every time whenever you are mentioning a group ID in a new OMA-URI, it should be different. So this is the format where you can allow your the USB devices. So this is the command where we'll be pasting, and the similar way you can use it here, OMA-URI and your the XML. And here is this policy is for the read only allowed. So here you can go with the policy ID, and then go to the group ID. So group ID here you have to mention the same from the read only groups. So this ID should match from here. So if you see it's a 67 A67, and here is the A67, the group ID you have mentioned as an include. And then the exclude group ID will come from your the group approved group USB devices. So from here we take in this ID 31T, and it mentioned here 31T, so exclude group ID in the policy allowed. Now rest of the things is the entry ID you have to generate. This will be the same for your policy, and go for the entry ID, and you have to generate new entry ID here, and the settings are same. sorry. And then again new entry ID you should have to generate and mention in the same format. So once you've done this all these practices, then saved it into your the notepad.xml and import it here. So now here hope you understand all these policy, and again this is the URL. The similar way you have to change it here. This policy ID 3b, from after the 7b you have to change it 3b, and ending till until the percentage, so 6a you can match with this. So hope you understand this policy. Also policy allowed read only, and let's go to the final policy. Policy approved devices USB, approved USB. So we are creating a approved and you are allowing to write the data inside your policy. So here is a again I created a policy rule, and this has to generate it with the PowerShell. I will show you how it is, and replace here. So your OMA-URI will be ready, that has to be used over here. Now here you can mention according to you what are the policy name you have to mention, like a allow access or read only information, or you want to change it. So here is the group ID came from the group approved USB. So let's see. So this is the group approved USB. What is the group ID? So this is a 31T, and let match the group ID. This is the group ID mentioned here. So no need to exclude here. That will work fine. Entry ID, again you have to generate a new entry ID. Again here is a new entry ID and the new entry ID. So all these settings should be same for entire all our infra, and then save it as XML to import in your policy. So guys, hope you understand all these four policies, how we can create a group and the policy or rule. So let's go how to create a OMA-URI. Here I have given a two example for a one is a policy, one is a for a group. So once you have your like a group ID, or there is a one more word was using the policy rule, or your the group ID. So both you can replace here in the red. So rest of the things should be same. Once you generated this group ID or the policy ID, then you can replace it here, then your OMA-URI will be ready. And the similar way for the group. So this is for policy and this is for the group. Okay, now here is a how you can get the group ID, policy, and the entry ID. So three things we used in our policy. One was a group ID, and policy ID, and the entry ID. So all three will generate in the same manner. Hit on your the PowerShell new GUID, you will get the GUID. So it will be a group ID, it will be a policy ID, it will be entry ID. But every time you have to generate a new group ID. Like I have used first. So I hit on the my PowerShell command new GUID, I paste it here, I make it ready OMA, it's done. Then I move it to the second option for the group approved USB. Again I hit the new hyphen GUID, so PowerShell generated the new GUID that I used here. Then again we went it for the rule, policy rule. Then again I hit on the PowerShell, this is the newly generated. Then I generated the entry ID from the PowerShell. Then I generated the new entry ID, then one more the new entry ID. And this group ID came from here, and the here. So now hope this is well cleared for you. Now finally here is again one more policy rule. So again you have to generate a new policy rule from this PowerShell and paste it here, and make it ready your OMA-URI. Then later on group ID will came from your like approved USB from this group, and you can paste it here. So entry ID again you have to generate in the PowerShell from the PowerShell, and then we are good with this policy. Now here is a KQL query which will help you to track your the USB device status, like it's blocked or allowed. So you can able to write data or not, that I will show you in the security center console. Now here is one more thing will come once you done all those things, and you got a device is getting blocked in your infra and you want to allow it. So once you run hit your the KQL, you will be getting this output, but the same output you cannot use in this format. You have to modify something. So what is that? So this is the example directly output came from your KQL, and this is the customized how you can use it here. So this is the format, this XML entry taken from the approved device XML. If you want to see it, you can go back and you can uh, check it here. Group approved USB. So same input I taken, and here this file you have to modify it always. So let's go again back here. So here is a and you have to add amp colon, and your the device ID will be ready. Here is a one end you have added here. Here is a one end, then amp you have added with this entry. Then your the device ID is ready, and the same you can paste it inside the say instant path. And whenever the new device came, copy this, paste it again, and change it. Just this is the red color value from your the device from your the policy. So guys, let's move it to the some practical session, and then we'll see it live. So here is my the policy where I created a test policy. So go to the under devices and configuration profile, and here is a device policy. So which policy I showed you earlier that already I have created here. So let's review it. So here it's a group policy read only. So let's add it and see it how it is. So this is a OMA-URI. Inside the OMA-URI, I use this group ID and this policy is ready. Then the similar way the other policies are there as I showed you in my the PPT. This is here, and this is here if you want to see it completely. And even you can go here and can see your the approved USB. So now the question is, this is already built, how you can create it your own. So let's go back and just create it a new. Now click here and go to the select Windows 10 and later, then go to the template, and here is a custom. So now, and here you can mention is a anything the policy name, device policy for the testing. Now next, now here you have to add one by one as four policies I showed you here in this screenshot. The similar way you have to allow it to the one by one in your policy. So let's type one that is for a group, and what is mentioned here, group allowed read only, group read allowed read only. Oh, and now here is a URI. So as I explained you, whenever you are creating a URI, how you can do that. So URI will be for my the group. So yeah, this is for the policy, this is for the group. Now we are here, and go to the PowerShell and just hit new GUID, and our GUID is ready. So we have done, this is our the GUID. And now just change it inside your this code. So from here to till 7b, you have to replace this, and now your OMA-URI is ready. So now you can paste it here, and this part is a string. And how you can do that, as I told you, you have to make it ready this part and just copy, and where it is my the database. So here you can create like for the testing test group, let it be under the text format, and now this URI I has to change it this manner, and now this is changed. So now saved it. Now minimize this, change it to XML, done. So this policy is ready for usable. Now go to here, and this is what we created. Double click, and okay. So this is having some problem. Okay, so data format is showing wrong here. So let's go and check again. Not this. Like, let me take it a value from this approved device, how it was defined here, because I set up all those things. Now take it this, and might be it is why, because I copy pasted from this the PPT. Okay, so if we want to change this part, let's go here and try this. 67, save this, close this, and try again. XML, and now it's work. So once you click, so your first file is ready. The similar way you have to add it one more, and then one more, and the fourth file you have to create it here as I showed you. Once it is done, then you have to go to the next and assign to the group. Then your the policy will be ready. So here I created just only the read-only access. I have not created for the allowed. So I can show you how you can track it if the device is getting blocked or not. So let me connect my the USB device here, and let's go. Yeah, my the pen drive has opened. Let me close this. So this is my pen drive. This is some personal data over here, and let me try to copy any data. Suppose I want to copy a text file here inside my the USB drive. So it's showing it's a write protect, because the policy is not allowing this to write the data on this drive. So by default all the USB has blocked in our infra, but if we want to allow something, then we have to modify this policy, this group approved USB. So let's understand how we can track that. So this is the KQL query. You can see in it here. If you have any doubt, so you can pause the video and can write it here the KQL. Now just run this, and we'll get the status if it is getting blocked or not. So here I filter it out only the deny data. So here this device has blocked by the policy, so it shows a write and the denying. So this policy is denying to write any data inside your the USB device. Or if you want to see something more, whether it was allowing or not, so just mark it, go here and execute this. So you will get the lot of data, uh, like it was a read, it was getting a access, just read only, default policy, and you will get the device name, media name. What is that? This is a USB SanDisk pen drive I'm using for testing, and this is a default allow. So our agenda is to allow this, so let's filter it and get the device ID from this policy. So now here, so it's blocked many times. It's a one laptop only. For the testing it's showing the many devices blocked. So from here what we need to collect it, so let's take this drive, this part, or if you want something more specific you can take it this value as well. So I'm using this. I can use the asterisk to allow all the similar devices, and it up to you how is your the company infra is allowing. So this is what the device ID. Okay, how it is coming like this. Sit. Ah, something goes wrong. What I selected. Let me go here and take the immediate device ID, only this part. And now I am going to allow this policy. So our first job is, in my PPT I shows you how you can create this how you can make it ready with your device ID. So you have to use replace and with this AMP. So wherever you find out and write and word, replace with the AMP. So let's do it. So here is a one, here I am writing AMP colon, here is a one, let's AMP one, and here is a AMP, and here is a colon. So now we are ready with our the device. Now the next option is inside the console where we need to modify. The question is which policy. So you have to go this policy and go to this auditing and the approved group USB. So inside here you have to modify your data, but directly you cannot edit a device ID here. You have to copy this data and paste it on your the notepad and then modify, or what let me do it for you. Now copy this data and where is my so already it is here, but if you want to so you can save it in the notepad, go here and just edit this part. So rest of the things let it be, only this part you have to modify. Like copy, enter it, copy, go to your the another notepad and now copy this. No, wait, after the instant go here and go till end till the asterisk button and remove this part, and now take this value and replace this. Now your the new entry is ready to paste it in your XML. So now here and create a new entry. Now we are good. So already there was a one entry, one more entry came, and if you have the one more device you can do that as well. Now save this, we are ready, good. And now go here and browse it, then replace this. So now here you can see in your the device one, it was old devices, one more I added, and now we are ready. So now just save this and let's validate it is there or not. Yes, it's there. uh, and then go next, next, and now your policy has deployed. So according to this policy, users should able to write your data, and if you have any doubt about the group, what I keep it here. So this is what my group, and let me show you the group I created here. That is a device allow policy, and under the membership I have two devices. So one is a laptop and one is a desktop I'm using here. So these are the two devices where I applied this policy. So once you've done all those things, then can inform to user to sync the policy. Let's try this. Go to here and go to the accounts, go to access, go to here, and now you can sync the device. So once your the policy replicated to the end user device, then user can able to access this drive. So usually it's take to 10 to 15 minutes, or might it take less than it, or sometimes the policy is not replicated on the end user device. So you have to ask for the reboot. So reboot the device and then can test it again, then you can able to write your the data inside the USB. So let's go here and configuration profile and see the status, like when it was updated. So this is the old policy is applied and it was updated 12 55 9, and but now it is say 110. So this policy has not replicated yet. We need to wait it and just wait to update the policy. If it is synced here, let's give it try. Okay, so this is, I can take any data, copy and try inside the USB. It is still showing it's a blocked, not protecting. Remove your device, reconnect again, and let's give it try again. Okay, okay, so it's still it's not working. That means his policy has not reached to this device. So let's wait couple of minutes and then again we'll be giving a try again. Okay guys, so this policy has updated and the device also synced. So let's give it try now again. Let me copy this file and let me inject the pen drive. So now let's go to the pen drive, and okay, it's open two times. Let me just paste this. Okay, so still this device is showing the right protected. Why? Because this device, I think, need a restart. So once this device is restarted, then this device can able to write the file, or you can copy paste the data over here. So I have to restart my machine and then I have to give it try again, and then this policy will work. So guys, if I reboot it, so I'm doing the recording on the same machine. This recording will be interrupted. So guys, you can give it a try. If you have any problem, you can just give me a comment on my YouTube. So the policy has synced, it's applied, and it should work. Oh, but this policy, once it implemented, then it will work. Once you reboot your the machine. So thank you guys. See you soon in my next video.